Hey guys! Hi guys, how are you? It's your girl Jasmine, aka aka Come See Jazz, and welcome back to another video. How y'all doing? How you doing? I literally just came off of work and I was like, I look good and I'm already dressed, I'm already clean. I might as well, even though I showered this morning, but I might as well just do this video, get it out the way. I did a poll on my hold on. Hold up. I did a poll on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's comesee.jazz, and it's always in down in the description or what have you. I did a little poll on my story and I asked, this was months ago, like 2 months ago, and I was just like, okay, what y'all want to see? And they said they want to know how to club in New York City. Now your girl be outside. Not really, because it's cold outside right now. But I be outside. As you can see, I'm in my bed right now. But I decided, like, let me put the girls on.
Bodyguard, back up. I am that girl. The difference between this girl and the picture, I don't get arrested.
I'm not a gatekeeper, even though I really want to be a gatekeeper. But I'm not. I love putting the girls on. I love a good vibe. Yeah. Disclaimer. If you don't like to dance, if you don't like to kiki, do not go to the club.
That's the fact, Jack. That's the fact, Jack.
I hate wall sitters. I hate people just in the way. I hate people just stare. Like, if you're not coming to the club to dance, go to a speakeasy, just go to a bar, okay? Okay. So, in the video today, we're going to talk about, how to get in the club, what to wear before the club, after the club, during the club, all that. So before we get into this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you know every time that I post. So now let's get into the video. I have my little iPad here just so I remember what I'm saying so I don't stumble over my words. So I'm gonna just give y'all, it's New York City. There's always something to do. It doesn't have to be a club. You can go to a speakeasy. You can go to a bar with really good music. A bar that is half of a club that has really good music. There are so many things that you could do that don't specifically have to be like a club. Everybody's vibe is different, y'all. There are so many different clubs and different things to do for nightlife in New York City. Literally just depends on what you want and what you want to do. So the first thing you want to do is choose the right club for you. Like I said, there's so many different clubs in New York City to choose from. They have so many different vibes. There's some clubs that's one level. There's some clubs that's a rooftop. There's some clubs that have 3 different levels for 3 different vibes. So you just have to figure out what vibe is for you. So they have different ones like EDM. You can find some hip hop, soca, reggaeton type clubs. It all depends on your vibe. For me, I'm more of a house, early 2000s, R&B type girly. I love a hip hop. I love an old hip hop. I love anything that's gonna have me moving and grooving. That's my vibe. Some popular areas for clubbing specifically in New York are the Meatpacking District, Midtown, Lower East Side, and Brooklyn. Honestly, Brooklyn got them spots.
They got the Hennessy.
I am usually on like 14th Street, like in that area. I go to like Deluxe Flux, House of Yes. House of Yes is very LGBTQ plus friendly.
Homosexuals. Damn homosexuals.
And I go to anything where the girls at, to be honest. Not like that, because I got a groove. There are some top clubs in New York City. I've only been to like some of them on the list, but The Box is one. Elsewhere, TAO downtown, Level, and Nuble. Yeah, all those. Elsewhere is a little expensive, but we'll get into that right after. So you just want to know your vibe, know your bop, know what you want. You can always switch it up every so often, but when you're first going to the club, I always say just make sure you know your vibe. If you're a disco girly, find a disco night. If you're a hip hop girly, find a hip hop night. If you're an EDM rave type of girl, oh girl, New York is a spot for that. And you can find some, like, especially during the summertime, you can find a lot of underground raves and stuff like that. So always make sure you're following a bunch of pages and promoters and stuff on Instagram or on TikTok that will show you the clubs. You don't have to follow them. How to get in the clubs. That's the next thing we're going to talk about. So the clubs that I go to, I do not do a dress code. I'll be damned if there's a dress code. I don't do dress code. I'll be damned if they tell me there's a freaking dress code, y'all. I like to go comfortable to the club, comfortable and cute and I can't say the last one, but yeah, I love, but if you're a dressy type of girl and you want to go to I guess I'll say a high class VIP lounge type vibe, that's all you, boo. But you want to make sure if the club has a dress code that you are in the right realm in what you have to wear.
I need to leave. I want to call the security.
Why?
You're wearing Crocs.
Just so you have the outfit ideas that the inspo, whatever have you. If there's a guest list and RSVPs or reservations and things like that. So I will say most clubs do have a quote unquote reservation and guest list. It's mainly just getting a ticket, making sure you have a ticket.
You have a wristband?
No.
Why you can't get in? You need a wristband.
For the free?
No, I'm not going to mess with you for the free. I don't even know you.
For those, I usually use the app Dice, or like I just go through their website and they'll just automatically most of the time send you to Dice, some type of event website. Sometimes it's Eventbrite, sometimes it's Dice, and most of the times I just be knowing people.
We outside!
I don't know any people anymore, but when I first started like going out and going clubbing and stuff like that, like me and my cousin used to know people. My cousin still be knowing people, so technically I still know people. But you want to make sure you have Dice and you are friendly with promoters. When I say friendly, I don't mean like that type of friendly.
What the hell is wrong with y'all?
I mean, like, have some promoter friends, follow some promoters on Instagram so that you know where they at, especially if you know they lit. I'm not saying you got to be buddy with them, but just know where they be going so you can be going there too. You feel me? You want to see if there's cover charges or minimum spending. I don't do that. I don't even like paying for the club. My minimum is 20. I don't even want to pay 20. I feel like that's too much for me to get in the club.
The lowest is what? 0.
Especially if I'm already paying $18 for drinks, which we will get into later. I like to pay minimum 10, maximum 20, minimum 5 if anything. I wish it was free like back in the day, like whatever. But you want to make sure you know how much you're going to spend. My tip on how to get into clubs cheaper and things like that, like I said, know your promoter, know the people at the front door, which we'll get into later. But also just doing early bird tickets. Just like if you were going to a concert, the early bird tickets are pretty much cheaper. Sometimes they're even free. I usually go to Deluxe Flux on the days that are free, but sometimes when you do go when you do go to the club on like a regular day when it's not a free one, it's usually, I want to say, like $15 pre-sale, but when you get there it might be 20 depending. So I usually do the free until 12 o'clock, and it works out for me. If you are a type of person that you want the VIP section, or you want, a little section for yourself, make sure you know how much it is, look it up so you don't, and look at all the fees and stuff and add-ons and everything. If there is a minimum of eating and drinks that you have to buy, make sure you know ahead of time.
Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money.
So next we're going to talk about preparing for the night. So this kind of goes into like knowing the different types of clubs. You want to know, you want to make sure you know like the vibe you want to go for. Not saying the club vibe, but also it does help just to prepare yourself if you do want to go in there looking like that girl.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
And everybody in there might not be looking like that girl. You'll be prepared for the gawking and the, oh my god, you look so good, if that's not your vibe. Figure out what you want to wear. I usually figure out what I want to wear a week before. If I'm going to wear heels, which I don't. If I'm going to wear sneakers, which I do. If I'm going to wear jeans, a skirt, a dress, whatever that is. You want to pre-game, y'all. Like I said, clubs are expensive if you are like paying for a ticket. The drinks are even more expensive. The drinks are literally as much as you paid to get in. I want to say the cheapest drink you might give going to a club might be 20. No, I lied. Might be 12. The most you'll pay is probably 20, depending on the club. If you do a speakeasy, I will say sometimes the drinks at speakeasies are on the pricey side, especially if you get like a specialty cocktail and things like that. But, for the most part, they're expensive. So I always say pregame. What I usually do is me and my friends, I get a bottle, they get a chaser, or we both bring a bottle and we both bring a chaser. Depending on how many people, it's bottle chaser, or bottle, and both bring a drink. It all depends on the people that you're with. But pre-gaming definitely helps you save money, especially if you don't finish that bottle. You can use it for the next pre-game. Make sure you guys eat beforehand. I know we love a good girl dinner, some rice and like a banana, but like have some sustenance. I'm not saying that's not sustenance, but at least have like a sandwich. Get a little pizza slice beforehand. Drink your electrolytes. My girlfriend put me on to pre-gaming with a Pedialyte. Is it Pedialyte? I don't know. I think it is a Pedialyte. I'll put a picture somewhere. But yeah, so that kind of helps you keep your electric lights up and your water intake and things like that. You can also pregame at the bar if you want to. When I went out with Gabby, she put me onto this spot that had really good drinks. Them bitches was strong. Had me on my ass before we even got to the club.
What? I'm going to get it. I'm breaking it down. What?
They were so strong. They were so good. I definitely recommend. Don't know the name of the place, but when I figure it out, I'll see if I put y'all on. Make sure you have everything. I'm a girly that brings a purse, so make sure you have your ID. If you don't have your ID, I always make sure I take a picture of the front and the back. You're not guaranteed to get in with that, but most of the times, like I've gotten in with literally a picture of my ID. Make sure you have your ID or any form of identification so you can get into said club. Have your chapstick, have your lotion, have your hand sanitizer, have your baby wipes, have your tissues, your breath mints, all that, everything that you think you need. If you were trying to go out and get a shorty or get a man, be prepared. Get your chapstick, have your lip gloss. If you are the type of girly to have, makeup on, get your blotting, get your blush, all that, whatever you need, have that. I feel like I'm creaming. Anyway, make sure you know how you're getting to the club. Make sure you know how you're getting to the club and have a little idea of how you're coming home from the club. So whether that's the subway, if that is an Uber, or if you're just taking a regular taxi, that's all up to you. Just make sure you know so you have enough money for the transportation there and fro. Are you jumping the turnstile? You're not jumping the turnstile. It's all up to you. Next is inside the club. So before you get into the club, we have a bouncer. You have to go through these said bouncers to get into the club. I know we're all drunk. I know we're all hyped to get in. Do not be a dick to the bouncers. They're the people that they are the trolls under the bridge. They are literally the trolls under the bridge. If you come to the club too fucked up and they see it, they will not let you in.
Lock it, spin and lock it.
And do not be a dick to them because you might want to go back to said club. So just be weary of that. So make sure you have your ID, like I said, yada, yada, yada. Once you get in, if you have a coat check, make sure you have that cash for said coat check. Not all places have like tap to pay or you can use your card. So I always make sure I have at least a good 20 or so or 220s just in case like a friend might need. Coat check does end, I want to say beginning of May, end of May, or beginning of June, end of June for most clubs in New York because it's hot. They like, why you need a coat. So if you're a girly like me that gets, really chilly, really cold, make sure you could tie that around your waist so you can put it in your bag or whatever. For most clubs, if you are going to get a drink, know what drinks are cheap, know what drinks are not cheap. An example of a type cheap drink, a shot. A shot is the cheapest drink you could get, is literally just a shot. Something that might be hella expensive if you want like top shelf brands of a shot or type instead of like their house liquor, you're just like, oh, do you have Henny? Or oh, do you have Patron instead of their house, tequila and stuff like that, then it'll be more expensive. Sometimes it'll have their prices, sometimes they won't. So weary of that. I usually just ask because again, they can range from $15 to $20 for a drink. So just be weary. If you're going with friends, Make sure y'all know where the bathrooms are, the exits are. I'm that type of girl. If somebody is buying you a drink that you don't know, make sure you're watching the bartender make it. Make sure they don't just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring it to you," because you never know.
Let me add a little bit of spice to that.
Pianos is a spot that's notorious for girls getting, drugged and stuff and things happening to them. I've been to pianos multiple times. I've been good, but always be weary because I heard the bartenders be in it too. If you decide to venture out in pianos or you've already been to pianos, just be wary of that. Be wary at any club, but specifically on pianos in the block of pianos. Getting into sections, if you are the type of girly that does not want to buy a section, but you want to get into a section, oh my God, you better socialize with the people that are in that section. Also, when you're in the club, socialize, socialize, socialize. Do not stand on that goddamn wall. I hate people like that. I can't say I hate people like that, but why did you pay to come into this club if you're just gonna sit on the sidelines? Get your back up off the wall, okay? But also, dudes, or anyone in that manner, but mostly dudes, not even my blaze, dudes. Do not be a creep, like, especially when I go to these soca fete nights. Oh my God. That's why I do not like going to soca fete nights or clubs at all, or any hip hop clubs, because the dudes in there be so creepy and be so, like so pervy. Because why are like, they look like lions. I feel like I'm in a lion den. Even when I'm with my girlfriend, like the guys be staring and they'll walk around in the crowd and just stand there and stand over you like you're a piece of meat. I don't like that. If you were going to approach someone, approach them. I understand a lot of girlies like them to ask for permission, which I respect. You can ask for permission, but back in the day, meaning early 2000s, and I wasn't in the club early 2000s, but when I was going to the club or at any parties, dudes would literally just back up on you. Plus, I think that's like I don't want to say that's a cultural thing, but at most fets and stuff, dudes literally just be putting their crotch on your butt. So if you don't want that, just be like, "Whoa there, homeboy," and say no. That's it. Always say no, okay? Don't feel like you have to dance with somebody. You don't have to. And if you see a little fine song and you want to dance with them, literally, if it's a good song, be like, "Oh my God, you want to dance?" Da, da, da. Especially for my girlies that like girlies and my queers out there. Oh my God, the club is for us. Make your move, okay? Even if you're not sure if they're gay or not, make your move, okay? Make your move. Make your move. Make your move. Handling the crowds, guys, etiquette. Say excuse me when you're moving through a crowd. I understand you're gonna bump into somebody. You're gonna have to like say excuse me, excuse me. Say it. Say excuse me. Use your voice. I understand it's loud, but I will say when I hear an excuse me in the club, I'm like, oh my God, thank you, because I say excuse me. Do not lose your manners just because it's fucking crowded, y'all. So the end of the night, get your coats, make sure everybody's accounted for. If somebody went home early, make sure they got home. Make sure you know what the afters is. For me, I be staying until 5 in the morning. Last call, baby. So it's either I'm going home or we're getting food. If you're going food late night, pizza's always an option. Choco trucks, especially if you're by like House of Yes, the Meatpacking District, the Bush always has some spots open around there. Halal Guys is open, and Mama's Empanadas is always open. But my go-to is usually a taco spot or a pizza spot. Joe's Pizza be helping a girl out. Make sure your friends know where you are when you're leaving. Make sure you know if you're taking the subway, if you're taking an Uber, whatever have you. If you're really fucked up, I'm sorry. Do not take that subway. I understand you want to save some money, you want to hop, you want to pay that 275. Take an Uber. You'd rather be safe than sorry, okay? So don't forget the little tips. Know your spots. Know where you want to go. Get friendly with a promoter. Early bird specials. Know what places usually have happy hours. Know what places usually are entry free and is a good vibe. And enjoy yourself. Do not be a wall hugger. You went out to have fun. So have fun. Don't be afraid to look fucking stupid. You're there to have fun and have a good time. And that sometimes means you're going to look crazy, but you're having fun and having a good time, and that's all that matters. Always watch over your drink. Always go out with people you fuck with. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Don't forget to comment down below any clubs that I might find interesting. Like, put me on. I want to go to new clubs. I want to find new things. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you know every time I post. Again, it's your girl Jasmine. Hey, yeah, Taco. Hey, yeah. Come see Jazz. And thanks for watching. Bye, guys.